Hey guys, well, look who it is. It's Tracy. She's not been on for a few days. So let's take a look and a listen and see what kind of word salad she's tossing tonight.
Understand a few crafts here and there. I have saved a little bit of money to go towards fixing this van. I do still need a bit more left. I have enough to get like one of the items, either a chair or the battery. So I'm one thing closer each step. I did get a donation for propane, so today I have to clean up the inside of the van here and get the propane bottle hooked up. And then that way I'll have that for if the temperatures drop too low. It's nice to have this little bit of time where I'm slowed down and I'm enjoying myself, knowing, it's a bit safer here than out there while I'm on the road. So I get a chance to just kind of calm down and take it easy. Well, it's not easy. It's a whole family going on. And I don't know if y'all have ever had one of those, but it's not the easiest thing ever to have. Like, everybody's got to do something somewhere, and then this one's going to make a mess over here making a peanut butter and jelly, but that one's in the bathroom taking a shower, leaving all their clothes in the floor. There's always something going on in a family. So I wouldn't call it easy, but safer. It's just different kinds of hard. I was thinking if I made this, I could probably even wear it for Halloween. Like, my grandkids are going to dress up, so at least to get pictures with them. And this will be my Queen of Hearts costume. But not really. Somebody's got to try it on, right? Eventually, I'm going to take it from this because the lighter will explode if it gets too hot. I've done this once or twice before. And I only have one lighter, so I have to be careful about it. Oh, I have one pair of scissors too, and I seem to have misplaced those. Is Bonnie and Rita or anybody here yet? Let me look up from this. I'm going to trim an edge up. Oh boy. Hi, Andrew.
It's weird how a lot of times she only wants to look for certain people. Bonnie, Rita, sometimes it's Kit Kat. What was the other man? It was a man that she used to look for him. Wonder why. I know a couple videos back she had said, I think it was Bonnie that gave her a rather large or rather nice size donation, she said.
You miss the family chaos? I enjoy being able to be welcome to stop in and enjoy it when I start missing it. But I don't miss it being my daily routine. Like, I mean, I loved having a family and stuff, but the struggle that went along with it, that was real. I didn't imagine it. That was hard. That was real. I'm just now still taking my breath about it. And my kids are all around 30. And so I'm just I have heard of God, telling somebody, hey, you need to have another child. I know you didn't do the duty, but I think you need another child, and I don't know if right now I enjoy You could be doing better. Yeah, I think me too. I've been offline for a while now because I'm thinking through things. What do I do next? Where do I go next? I've got so many questions for the universe on this journey. I never get the answers like that though. What's going on with you, Andrew? Oh, I haven't even sent out the invites yet. Duh. No wonder why it's not working. All right, Kimmy, I see you in here. I don't gotta send you nothing. Oh, yeah. I heard that many people are gonna be looking at facing that same dilemma. I really did. Uh, yeah, that's a sad thing that's going to be going on. It would have been different. Maybe if they had given people a heads up, then it wouldn't be such a detriment like a dry beans or some rice or nothing. So, yeah, that does suck. I know that many people out living homeless depend on that. And I've heard many people saying that's the wrong way to do it. You can't be doing it like that. You gotta pay into the system before you should be able to get from the system. Food? If our hearts are that hard that people are not able to eat, like eat food. It's food. Yeah. Like then I don't think we all believe in the same things at all. I believe that there is a moral compass that tells us right from wrong. And if the line is food, like there are too many that are innocents or disabled or elders that are depending on that it's a heartless move to take that. Yeah. Yep. I think before anything, those would be the ones that would need the understanding, the help, like they're already going through the hard times. If you were doing life between right and wrong, that one would probably jump out and scream at you, hey, it's wrong to starve people. Hey, it's even worse if you do it to kids and elderly. I didn't win my disability, but I have had multiple spine surgeries, and that experience I tried to get disability for 14 years, and I was doing all the doctor's ropes and taking all the medicines and doing everything that they told me, physical therapy, all of the loops, and going to court and hiring a lawyer and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. And it came to a point where I had lost everything. I had nothing. I didn't even have a vehicle to my name. I had nothing. But my kids had just turned old enough to be out on their own, so I was on my own. So it was me I had to look out for at that point in time. And it was a lot easier than when I had a whole family to just figure myself out. I walked away from all the medications, all the doctors. I was on the medications, Percocet, and all of the pain relievers for. I was pain management because of my spine for 14 years. And so I walked away from all of the things because I could see what they were doing was just holding this carrot in front of me and saying, if you want this, you'll do what we say. And it's the wrong way. Inside of me, I know right from wrong, and that's not the way.
So she is trying to say that she was on all these pain medications, Percocet, pain management medications, and all this stuff for 14 years, and she just walked away cold turkey. I don't know. It's a little hard to do. It's a little painful and a whole lot of withdrawal there. Not saying it can't be done and people haven't done it, but I don't know.
Doesn't matter if somebody else tells me if their right from wrong is not my right from wrong. I'm gonna be going with mine and make sure that I'm sticking to my P's and Q's right there, you know? Alright, on this, it's just one of the sleeves from that robe. See how it looks just like a strip? But it's one of the sleeves, and it's got this point on it. And I'm going to put it on this new skirt that I'm making just like this. Thank you, thank you. But I decided that that experience was going to help me to speak up for those that are in similar situations. My sister and my siblings, they've always called me bossy. It wasn't bossy. It's this is right, this is wrong, and if you're not, I'm going to, you know, this is what you should be doing. This is how you should be treating each other. Why would you do that to them? And so I've always been that way. And so I'm just going to keep going. It's not that I'm doing something that's wrong. It's that a lot of times it's not kosher. It's not okay to sit there and be like, this is okay. What you just did there needs to be checked a little bit. Like, maybe we should talk about this because, something wasn't right about that. Did you even notice that to get to that point, you had to do A, B, and C, I don't think it's wrong as long as it's honest and true to speak out because it could save somebody else from being hurt that may encounter what's going on otherwise. Yep. All right. I think my lighter is cooled off. I better keep going. There's a lot of I have this whole pile here to do the edges of. And I didn't charge up my light. Oh, wait. I have a battery powered light. I'm not going to waste it right now. But I do have a battery powered light. No, I'm the oldest daughter. And anything that anybody did, I got in trouble for because I let it happen. And so I was really on top of stuff about not getting in trouble if I didn't have to. I think it's acorns that are falling down out of this tree and smashing. Between both houses, my mom and my dad's house, I'm the oldest daughter of what was 11 children to go through those houses. Though, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Did Miss Rita show up yet? Oh, I don't think so. Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy, and I've been doing this platform for about 3 years now. For 3 years now. And I haven't been logged on for a little while, a few days. So I figured I'd give it a little bit of time. Okay, let me try to figure this out. Oh man. I don't know what's going on. That was them that just called me. Let me go find out what's up. I'll be right back. Just let me leave it running. What's going on? Huh? There's crayon melt on it, but it does look like I can see the 1-9. So I think it's right. I can't see the rest of it because there's crayon melted over it. Okay, in the door. Yes, 19907. Okay, scoot over, Bella. What you doing? Okay. They just needed a hand looking up the numbers on the van. Oh, he doesn't usually call me, so I was like, what is going on? Hello, everybody. I am so ready for me to get on the road, for this thing to be done and going and be back out there on my own journey. I love being here to visit and things, but it's not really my world anymore. This is the world that they're building with their family. And it's nice to get to go do my own world and not have to see, with this being their home, their family, their building and their work life and how they're doing things, and I am the grandmother to take a step back. My children are grown now, and so they don't need me telling them everything all the time, right? So it is my turn to get to go. And if you're someplace where you can't speak up, you're playing like a back seat to somebody else's main part of their life in their movie. And if you speak out about things, it's not really yours to speak about in most instances. It's just like choices, something you chose to do differently than somebody else chooses to do. And that's like a preference. And so if you're too long somewhere, it can get like, there's a lot of oversight going on, and it's not needed. It's their chance to get to live. And life is hard enough right now, providing for life itself and just the bills and everything that goes on. And they're a very young couple. Oh, let me do this one more time. Oops. Oh, man. I can't.
What is the problem? She doesn't know how to answer the call?
That where to find the mic is tricky on this one. He had to call back and had one more question about it. Yep.
Why do you need to find the mic? If you just talk, they will hear you. She didn't answer it at all. So how did a question get asked? That was weird.
I hope this turns out nice. All right, let's see. Oh, he's just calling up to get information about a car that's sitting here that he's getting things for there. So he needs like information about it. It's my son-in-law, or my daughter's boyfriend. They've been together for a while now. Well, I thought I'd see Miss Rita on here by now. But I've saved up enough right now to be able to either get the seat for the van or a battery. Hoping to find the seats cheaper, used out of somebody else's vehicle or a junkyard one. But the last place that they looked at, there weren't any for a Econoline, a Ford Econoline. So we're still looking for a new place that might have a Ford Econoline around there. There's a lot of this sealed edges. Even though I tried to keep most of the seams in place, a lot of the edges are raw, so I have to seal them so they don't shred, and that's what they're starting to do right now. If you can see those little threads popping up on it, this just puts a little bead around it so it stops doing that, to just melt the edges. Sometimes it's hard to figure out how to get to those edges the right way. I really hadn't been on for very long. I mean, the last 2 weeks, I think I've been on maybe 2 or 3 days. It is a slight bummer when people you think are your friends and support you, and they've shown up for you for, I don't know, a whole year, and then it turns around that they were just mean-mouth you. That kind of did put a little bit of a damper in my mood at the time. I didn't expect it to be that way. Well, hang around. I like whenever people come on my lives and, interact, chat. I don't really like it whenever somebody just starts sending me a whole bunch of direct messages and stuff because, everybody's kind of doing that. And if I'm on here, then other people get to hear the questions and answers and get to know each other. And it's productive to the community to be on here. And sometimes there's stuff that needs to be talked about in a DM, but everything doesn't. Hi, how are you? Every day doesn't need to be. Maybe if somebody invites you back there and says, I understand that you couldn't really talk out there. You want to just talk here and, need help sorting through stuff. That's a good reason. Have a platform that interacts with their people, with whoever comes in the room. And I didn't know that there would be so much direct messages and stuff to go along with that. Even you got to count even like regular people just talking, and then there's all these bot accounts and I don't know what that's about. Some kind of negative spreading. I don't know. what their purpose is, except to try to spread negative, is the only thing I can see out of it. Connecticut. I've never been out that way. Never been to the East Coast. I was thinking this year, if I can get this van going and get on the road, then this year I would do an East Coast after the winter. Since I haven't ever been there, but for the winter, I'm definitely not headed there. This van has no insulation in it, so like, it's got so many windows all the way around it that it's just like an ice box. So I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to need to get some of that bubble wrap foam stuff to cut out to put in the windows for whenever I'm parked somewhere. I would like to be able to make it like a mini blind where it just pulls up when you're not using it. And you just kind of lower it whenever you are. So whenever I'm driving and backing up in parking lots, I have windows. You live on the beach. Wow. I grew up on the beach in Texas. Yeah, it was difficult moving away from where I did, but I just went to Louisiana and there's ocean there too. Okay, I'm almost to the corner. Boston, and my dad's was also in Texas, just a different part of Texas. So I had to kind of travel between Texas whenever I'd get shared with the custody. My dad was a Southern Baptist, and my mom's family was like NASA and scientists and stuff like that. So it's kind of two different, very different households to be raised in. They weren't much alike at all. You walk dogs? I do like dogs. Do you ever have dogs that are just like, you can't handle that dog? Like, they're too aggressive or they yank your arm off or something? One of my daughter's dogs, her name is Why Not, and that dog is shit. Back in the day, she could just yank your arm right out of socket by you walking her. She'd take you for a walk. Oh, and don't let her see a squirrel, and you couldn't, well, now she's older, but back in the day, you couldn't say the word squirrel. I'm just trying to, if you just got in here, I'm sealing the edge of the trim on this fabric here so it doesn't fray apart while I'm waiting to get the stitch witch so that I can go ahead and put a seam edge into it. This fabric just seems to like fall apart if you move your hand across it. And I'm not going to the store right now, so I need to do something so it doesn't just fray apart in the meantime. Yeah, I hope so. It's probably going to be itchy if I leave this edge this way, though, so I'm going to have to do something right about it, too, eventually. Yeah. I had a little bit of luck with selling I made this belt with pockets and ribbons, and I sold it for $25, and it's like an overskirt to accessorize to make it more flamboyant, and for $25, so I figured I'd give myself a shot at something I could envision and see if I can put it together and it'll work out or not. If it fails, I'll wear it. I'm making it because it's a design I think I would like, so. Even if nobody else wanted it, I'll wear it. There's absolute zero loss in it if you love it. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that there's a big difference in how, like, we're all raised. I haven't really looked into it. I mean, I'll never have an experience of an only child, so I didn't never think I really needed to know much about that. But then I did get married to somebody that was raised as an only child, and they were a bit of a different type of person in their own right. A lot. I think I skipped that piece. How was your childhood? I don't know. Compared to whose? Dun, dun. Well, when you're the oldest, everybody's just figuring it out, right? Well, if it's compared to mine, then it was exactly like mine. Okay. It looks like from here to here is all I have left on this one. That's not too far to go. Well, I've been on my own since I was 15 whenever I ran away. So I'm 52 next month. So I've been on my own for a little while now. In my late 30s. Wow, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I feel like I've been aging backwards since I've been doing this faith walk with God. I do see a difference in like my wrinkles and lines. At least I see a difference. I didn't know if anybody else did, but we just met, right? We've never met before, Andrew. Okay. Thank you so much. On TikTok. Yeah, I'm just figured I'd sitting out here doing this, not really doing anything. I'm not needed until like around 6 to help with the grandkids. So I figured I'd come on here and see everybody on TikTok while I'm trying to hem these edges and just wait for time to watch the kids. Ooh, that one almost set on fire. I don't want to do that. So close to done. Then I could set this lighter down and let it cool off. So what is going on in the world right now? Like everything is shut down. Nobody's getting food. Nobody's getting paid. I don't understand what it is. Like, I know that if you got a problem, you gotta be there fixing it. That's how that works. But it doesn't even look like they're there trying to get it fixed and worked out. The people should be what they're worried about. Like, take care of the people that are in need, that are your disabled and you're innocent and you're those that are dependent. Alright, let's see. I think I got the whole thing done now. Yep. This can make a beautiful, like, overdress, over skirt. I don't know why my curl wants to go right in my eyeball every time. You know what I think? I think it is all of their fault. I think that everybody is voted in to find the best resolutions, the best way through, the most prosperitable for the people, the best way forward. It's not even hard to know what the goal is if it, like people put their vote on that paper because they want to see better happen. And so if it's all shut down, that's apparent that better is not what is happening. And a lot of people that are definitely dependent on the system are panicking right now and in fear mode, and it's, if we know that there's been shutdowns before, why would we not plan, okay, every budget is going to be sent in, approved, checked off, and all of this for the budget of this part of the year. If anything else over that comes up, so this budget is in effect 1 year prior, and then anything on top of that will come at that time, so it doesn't shut the whole budget down. There are just the propositions that come up in the meanwhile to deal with. So it's, I don't know. I get it. I get it. I definitely get the part where the people are paying in and he's not even here solving that's not a pressing matter, that I'm done with politicians, period. If they call themselves a politician, I'm over it. That means they already studied from the guys that happened before them. And I would, for one, love to see something with integrity happen so that our children don't have to keep going through the same song and dance that is wrote in history book after history book. That's my opinion. I would like to just see a better way for my children, for my grandchildren, for their children, for your children, for everybody's, the people that are just here. They pay into the system. They are what built the system. And so all the says should be their part of the system, where their stuff is mainly going to, the things that they want to see in their community be to help the people, and that not be what's on the chopping block is the things that we have set up that help the normal people that just need a hand here. Food shouldn't be what is pulled away, even if they don't have anything that they could give, trade, or anything. Food is not it. Food is not the chip that, these are children, these are families, there are many people that are going to be caught in what everybody is downplaying as this is why we don't want this program anymore. But look at who's getting caught in it. Like, is it worth taking it all out like that? Was it worth not giving anybody a heads up? Hey, I know you guys have children, and this program is about to cease to exist for quite some time, so please stock up on things. It doesn't sit right with me to starve people of your land. It doesn't seem right to me to starve people of your own land, to be so greedy that you would not share food. Life, something that keeps them alive. That's pretty scary. that somebody that is the leader, is how they put it, the leader, and everything is falling back apart back home, but takes off to go to another country to be there instead. That would be like leaving while mourning is happening, isn't it? It's what it feels like to me. Like you leave during the mourning. My people are going without food. There are children mourning. My people are going without food. There are children that back to the issues going on and not be there fixing them. Yeah, that's not somebody that's got a heart for this. That's not somebody that understands what they're there for. The corporations and the industries, they were doing just fine before he got elected either time. Before anybody got elected, before Obama got elected, before any of them got elected, before Biden, the corporations and the industries were doing just fine. Yep, they were all making profits. They never needed representation like that. Nope. They were cooking right along, making the profit books that they projected in each quarter that they projected it. It was the people. It's the people that need that stand up for the people, keep everything fair and how it should be, with the corporations being such a Goliath, mammoth stronghold that they don't overwrite the people, and then the people are nothing, compared to the industries and corporations. And it seems like that's not what has happened. Like, that's not how it's going. So I probably don't know enough about all this to even put an input, because I see it differently. I see it all differently. I see responsibility differently. I see an oath differently. Damn, that lighter's hot now. Phoo-wee. Yep. All the generations of all the people of this land depend on us to make sure that this land is ran by fairness and justice and truth, and that it's a structure that will uphold those before us, our life and the future life. And it does seem to look pretty disappointing from this seat about what is happening right now. It almost looks like somebody is out there selling peace to the whole world except for their own land, in a time that, well, just putting it out there, but the American people could probably use some of that advice right now. But I don't think that he's delivering it how we're seeing it here on the ground, how we're feeling it, how it's impacting us. And it's not just him, it's all these politicians. They're all there to represent you, to bring forth the best future, to be integral, to be trusted, to be a glass house. So you can see what's going on. There's no secret when you're up there. You volunteer to let them go through your stuff and look at it and examine you and make sure you're proper equipment for the proper spot. Isn't that what security clearance and stuff is about? Be trusted, integral, like, we're gonna check up on you and make sure we can trust you, or else you're out of here. You can't be part of this. You don't live up to the standard that we've put there. That's what it was about, right? That's what I think that public office is somebody that is willing to be scrutinized, watched over, and everybody's got a boss, everybody's watching somebody, because you've all got bosses, we've all got bosses. So that shouldn't scare nobody off. Just wanting to do it for the right reasons. That's the integrity of it. Somebody that can't be bought because the right reasons are the right reasons. Okay, it looks like I got the second one done, but I need to give my lighter a little bit of a break. Yep, all those edges are done. I still have this much left to do. That lighter has to last me for a minute. Let's see, I got this one done. Yeah, it's only like 40 more foot with one lighter to do. I understand, but turning your back to it and saying it doesn't exist doesn't really make it not exist. It doesn't mean that your children are, like, if I'm not saying your children, but like if you raise again and they're just going to live on that square box with you. So if we make the change on the big front of it, then they can move wherever they want. They can be free to pursue the life that they see fit for themselves. If we just turn our back to it, it only takes care of right now for just you. But those that come after us, those that, I mean, what are we doing? I look at my grandparents and I'm like, how did y'all not see all of this? Like, I'm looking at all of these different presidents and all of these different plays, and they're all recorded because everything was televised. And my grandparents on my mom's side are NASA. The brains just didn't like fall short here. And so I'm like, how did y'all not see these things happening? Like, was life that big of a hustle and bustle and it's so fast that you can't see what they're sliding underhand? Or is that just now? Because then I'm thinking back to my grandparents, how did this get so out of control? And then there was the Vietnam War, there was even a Cold War, actually, almost, yeah, kind of, sort of. But all of these same things are going on and on again, and it's like, do you remember the reason why we did We Are the World? Do you remember Hands Across America? Do you remember why we did all those things? This just looks like another freaking playbook of that. So why are we not fixing it rather than I'm just not going to deal with it and I'm just going to go off here on my land? But then they make bills that are like, you can't collect rainwater, you can't build on your own property if you don't have this much whatever, or you have to have so many feet in the ground to get a pure well or else you can't do it, and that's thousands upon thousands. They're always doing something to make it harder for the common person to just be, no matter how you see it. And so the only way to stop these things, like, since the 70s, I know people have been moving out to nowhere and creating homesteads and living off the land, but then their children are graduating from childhood to adulthood, and they're going back out there, and they're coming back and they're going, why didn't you warn me about this shit? Because it was just out of sight, out of mind, instead of let's go just freaking take care of that. That's not okay. We're not dealing with this. It does not represent my values, integrity, or morals. So it cannot stand that way. Yeah, so all we're doing is relieving this tragic existence of how these governing bodies keep doing this over and over. It repeats in our history books, and we're looking at it today. It's not a far cry to know what we read and to watch it play out. That's not even that hard of a jump. But if we just leave it how it is, how much worse is it going to progress over the next 50 years? Does it really take hold to where somebody is just able to call all the shots on their own and no people that pay into this pool to take care of this republic for which it stands? They're not going to have any say. It's just collections of debt without any representation. These are all stories that we studied. These mandatory schooling is what happened. And so this isn't like going over with the blind eye unless we turn our backs to it and let it keep happening. I love you guys. It is 10 minutes till me watching my grandkids, so I need to get in here, catch up with my daughter, and see if there's any chores or anything that needs to get done while she's gone. So I will talk to y'all later. I love you. Thank you for coming in here and listening to me. If you would like to help donate, you can touch that picture up there, go to my bio, and it'll give you the information. I'm trying to save the money to get my van totally legal, and there's a few things I need, like a driver's seat, a battery, a headlight switch, a few things. And so if you'd like to help donate and get me and Bella back on our path, on our life, then please do so. I'd like to finish this walk of faith with God and get back out there and help many others as I come across their path, like I do here on TikTok with you guys on my channel. I love you guys. Good night. Maybe good night. I figured out a repack for my lights in here, so now I have lights at nighttime again until they die. I'm not always alone. I have places I can stop. I've been doing TikToks for 3 years as well, so I meet people also. Up here a month ago, and they had pulled this van out and got it running, but it's missing a few of the key components before I can get it legalized and be back on the road. This time with shelter, safety, a kind of house. And see, it's pretty big. I don't have it set up very much, but it's got curtains. It's got my clothes hanging up. I head back out very soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. And y'all will get to continue the journey with me while I'm going around. I like to meet up with people, and hopefully usually at public places for the very first time. And hopefully y'all like to be on live, because I do air those live. And I will take y'all with me on my journey. So stay tuned. Go up there and hit that follow button and come with me on the journeys. All right. I love you guys. Bye.
Alrighty, guys. Catch you on the next one.